Hey guys, it's China, and today we're going to be talking about Ullr, the glorious one. Alright, to start off with, we're going to be talking about Ullr's passive, Weapon Master. This passive reduces all of Ullr's cooldowns in the opposite stance depending on how many abilities were used in that stance. And that's 1 second for each ability used. So we see we used 3 abilities here, and the ability was reduced by 3 seconds. Alright, next up we're going to be talking about Ullr's abilities. First up we have his Bladed Arrow and Thrown Axe. Bladed Arrow is just a line ability doing damage, and Bladed Axe is a projectile stun that increases in duration as you level it. Next up we have Expose Weakness and Invigorate. These are 2 self buffs. Expose Weakness being a power buff up to 50 at max rank, and Invigorate being a movement speed buff. Basically lets you zoom around the map pretty fast pace. And we have Hail of Arrows and Glory Bound. Hail of Arrows is a pretty much his most skill shotty ability. It's just a single small circle. Throw down does damage, and then he has his leap, which does damage as well. And then his ultimate is his stance switch, which is called Wheeled Bow and Wheeled Axe. Wheeled Bow gives him 25% attack speed at max rank, and Wheeled Axe gives him 25% lifesteal at max rank. Next up we have Ullr's combos. Basically, the best way is to chain his abilities to get your maximum damage off. What you're going to want to do is you're going to throw your axe, throw down your Hail of Arrows into a Bladed Arrow, Invigorate, and then start auto-attacking. Here it is, slowed down. Now on to builds. I use fairly standard ADC builds, from what you'll see here. We're going to start out with a Death's Toll and Boots into 4 of each potion for extra sustain in lane. And then into Ninja Tappy. I like these boots. They give you a lot of attack speed for the price, and they give you 100 mana as well, which makes it extremely useful on Ullr, considering you will be using a lot of mana in clearing wave and using your other abilities. Going into Devourer's Gauntlets for a nice power base. In lifesteal, and then we go into Executioner, nice amount of pin. Wind Demon for the crit chance and the attack speed and the movement speed, all around just good crit item to start off with. And a Kin Size if you'd like, doing 4% damage each hit and a lot of attack speed. And then Deathbringer, amplifying your crits and giving you even more power. You don't see a lot of attack speed in this build, and that's because you get that 25% with Ullr. And then of course you have your Beads and Aegis that you would normally see on hunters and other carries. Another build that we could use here is a Transcendence build. So basically you're going to go with your normal. So we're going to start out with Transcendence, tier 2 Transcendence, into 3 of each potion. And basically this is, it's going to be about the same as Sustain. You're not going to get the Death's Toll procs, and you're not going to get that extra HP, but as long as you're playing a little safer, this build works, obviously. And we're going to go into full Transcendence on our first back, and into attack speed shoes, into Aussie. If I can find Aussie. Yeah, there it is. Aussie into a Kin Size for more attack speed, more base damage, and then we can get some crit. I'm going to Wind Demon and then a Deathbringer. Really good high DPS build, and then of course you can get your Beads and Aegis. Last but not least, a pretty important piece of information you might want to take note of is that the release of Ullr's 1 in both Axe and Bow Stance is a little delayed. so as when you're casting it, there's still a chance to move the direction as to where it's going to hit. You'll see that better detail here. As you can see the animation playing, and I change direction to change where the projectile is casting. So if you're having trouble hitting these abilities, that might be why. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the view. If you have any guides you'd like to see, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.